はい、のさようでございます。では、シャーロック・ホームズ、アウェイクン、引き続きやっていきましょう。もうわからないので、太陽さんに聞いてみよう。これ望遠鏡もなんかおかしかったもんね。
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahia's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
Has Kimahia ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimihia's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
キミヒアはタバコを吸わない。
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimihia and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahia's?
Yes, I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting.
Do you happen to know Kimahia's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest, but I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes. If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it.
Oh? Oh? あ、出た出た出た出た。だからこれキミヒアじゃないんだよね。ということはなんか難しい。
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
ん？これ何？おー、わからん。ちょっと待って。これなんだ。ん？ なるほど。もう分からん。
Surveilling from afar, the
Yeah,
intruder
it-
waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
なんか知らんけどいけた。 うん、なんかまだ足りないな。
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimmer here. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimmer here's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimmer here never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimmer here was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimmer here's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimmer here, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know. Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that. Here you go. I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
どっちが礼儀がないんだよ。よし。鍵ゲット。
What does it say? What does it say? What does it say?
Hmm?
No seams or torn fabric on this doll. Likely one-legged by design. Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimahia's cart, I gather. A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor? Roy Soulsby. Could that be the name of our man?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
小石
Then we're in agreement. Well done. A large pile of horse droppings. Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
船乗りでしょ。お、あ、行った行った。で、望遠鏡。あ、行った行った。誘拐犯は船乗りだ。特別な縄の結び方に残された作業用ブースの足跡、すべての手がかりから見て、君平の誘拐犯は船乗りだ。 で誘拐犯は船乗りだでしょ。で財布があった。あ、いた。君ヒアの痕跡はロンドン港に続いている。君ヒアを誘拐した犯人は船乗りに違いない。間違いない。財布には硝石が付着しているが、ロンドン港で硝石の爆発事故が起きたばかりだ。すべての手がかりから判断して、君ヒアの居場所を探すにはロンドン港へ行く必要がある。無駄にしている時間はない。今すぐバスでロンドン港へ向かう。ロンドン港へ向かおう。
The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident, Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London, of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
バッシャバッシャ。
This dreary rain is
Bye
making
bye.
a miserable day even worse.
これ乗れるのかな。よし。
Can I ask you a question?
No, I don't know anything about that.
あれバシャバシャ。あれ
Let's just go. Stenwick wanted results, not
い
pleasant.
や、いや、バシャバシャ。どれ乗ったらいいの。これあー。まあいいか。一応か。
Where to, Gavin? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps. Before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor after that.
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued.
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
to whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimahir?
はい、ではね、チャプター1が終了しましたんで、これからチャプター2を進めていきたいと思います。まあちょっと長くなりそうなんでね、今回これで一旦終了したいと思います。ちょっと操作に慣れてきたかな。やっぱ難しい、このゲーム。はい、どうもご視聴ありがとうございました。モンスカイバでした。